Timeline of tragedy: the Rwandan genocide, April-July 1994. Imagine a beautiful country in the heart of Africa, the land of 1,000 hills. For centuries, people lived together, speaking Kinyarwanda, sharing culture. They were all Rwandans, but social labels existed, like cliques in a school. The Hutu, traditionally farmers, about 85% of the population. The Tutsi, traditionally cattle herders, often seen as wealthier. And the TWA, a small indigenous group. Historically, these identities were flexible. Status could change with wealth. For hundreds of years, an imperfect but functional social system endured. Then outsiders arrived, German and later Belgian colonizers. The Belgians brought racial theories, measuring people, inventing hierarchies. In 1933, they introduced identity cards listing ethnicity: Hutu, Tutsi. The Belgians favored Tutsis for administration and education, deepening resentment. What had been social class hardened into a rigid hierarchy, a time bomb. The stage was set for future conflict. This history explains how old tensions could be turned into modern violence. Let's follow the timeline. Late 19th century, Germans first, then Belgians after World War I. Belgium administered Rwanda under a League of Nations mandate. They applied racial science, measuring faces and skulls, and labeled people. The identity card made ethnicity permanent, removing social mobility. Tutsis were placed in positions of authority: chiefs, civil service, schools. Hutus were largely shut out of power. Resentment grew. Decades of favoritism turned social difference into hatred that simmered for generations. By the late 1950s, the Hutu majority organized. In 1959, revolts toppled many Tutsi leaders. Hundreds of thousands of Tutsis fled to neighboring countries: Uganda, Burundi, Congo. Rwanda gained independence in 1962. Power shifted to Hutu leaders. President Gregoire Kayibanda led policies that discriminated against Tutsis. In 1973, General Juvenal Habyarimana seized power, later ruling authoritatively. Anti-Tutsi propaganda and Hutu power rhetoric continued for decades, fueling fear and suspicion. In exile, a new generation of Tutsis grew up, among them Paul Kagame, preparing to return. On October 1, 1990, the Rwandan Patriotic Front, largely Tutsi exiles, invaded from Uganda. Their leader, Paul Kagame, emerged as a disciplined commander. The front settled in the north. Brutality and abuses occurred on both sides. The government received outside support, including from France and allies. A small UN force, UNAMIR, arrived under General Romeo Dallaire, under-equipped and constrained. In August 1993, Habyarimana and the RPF signed the Arusha Accords for power sharing. Hardliners plotted, stockpiled weapons, and compiled kill lists. The atmosphere grew toxic. Moderates like Prime Minister Agatha